Fellow Guardians, what is going on, guys? Sly here, and thanks for checking out another Destiny video. You know, it's Tuesday, and the gaming gods have shined down upon thee with the blessing that is the weekly reset. So let's sit back, chillax, and see what good is waiting for us this week. Now, I hope everyone's Iron Banner ended up being awesome. I mean, you know, besides everyone running around with the same weapons, it wasn't too bad. You know, skip grenades, striker titans, shotguns, and clever dragons. I mean, what's better than that, right? You know, I can't wait to see what kind of mess Bungie ends up making after this. Anyways, thanks for joining me on our weekly tradition that is the Rise of Iron Weekly Reset Guide. Now, as long as Destiny is around, this guide will be here, so hope that you end up watching for many months to come. Alright guys, well, let's head up to orbit and check everything out. It's Tuesday, November 15th, and this is your Rise of Iron Weekly Reset Guide. So to start us off up here, we're taking a look at the Crucible. As you can see, Iron Banner is nowhere in sight, and our first playlist this week is Salvage. 3-on-3 game type where you capture and hold relics, almost like a mini control in a way. Following that, we have Inferno Supremacy, 6-on-6 kill confirmed type of style, but with Inferno rules. No trackers and only kills earn points. And last but not least, we have Elimination, holding down the fort until Osiris starts the games back up later on in the week. So, hope everyone had a great, normal Trials of Osiris this past week. No more spooky Trials crap and camping shotgunners all over the place, so it was great to see it back to the original. Alright, well, with the Crucible out of the way, let's take a look at the weekly favorite that is the Nightfall. Starting with the modifiers, we have our first usual up, Epic, Insane, Ravenous, blah blah blah, Healthy, Shieldy, Highly Aggressive, yeah we get it. Then Arc Burn. Arc damage from any source is greatly increased. Next up, Brawler, Guardian melee damage is increased, and then Ironclad, more enemies have shields. And finally, Exposure. Guardian shields are increased, but do not replenish. Guys, depending on the strike, this could be a toughie. Arc Burn with more shields and exposure? Alright, well, let's start it up and see what we're getting into this week.
The Splicer's High Priest has crews pushing further underground in the Plaguelands. Looks like a large-scale mobilization against a hive nest.
An army of hive controlled by the Splicers would be the end of old Russia.
Could be the end of everything.
Eyeball gun, dude. Yeah, this is going to be tough, y'all. I mean, fighting the end boss with exposure, you know, that's hard enough. Let alone you add on Arc Burn and more shields. You know, those auto turret shanks that fly down from the top during the boss fight will absolutely shred you with Arc Burn if you're not careful. So let alone that Hive Boomer and a few Splicers that shoot Arc as well. Now I recommend, guys, bring a Titan bubble with you. I think it will be critical at the end. Everything before that, you know, that just takes patience, but the boss fight is where you're really going to need a shield to take on those shanks, especially with 2/3 of your health already gone and barely regenerating. So guys, take your time, bring a Titan, and you got this. Okay, so stepping away from that nightmare, let's check out the Siva Crisis Heroic playlist. And as usual, the Gatekeeper modifier is up first, and that is Epic's little brother, Heroic. Enemies appear in greater numbers and are more aggressive. Following that, we have Specialist. Special weapon damage is favored, and then Exposure again. Guardian shields are increased, but do not replenish, and then Airborne. Guardians deal more damage while in the air. Exposure, guys, you know, it is annoying, but with Specialist and no burn, you can pretty much snipe or shotgun your way to victory. Pretty much every strike you'll be good to go. Titan's Ward of Dawn with Blessings is a perfect counter for Exposure, so bring along one Titan and you guys should be G to G. Alright, so moving along, let's take a look at all the raid challenges for this week, and first we're going to start off with our old friend, King's Fall. With Oryx out of the way last week, we're back at the beginning of the rotation, and War Priest is stepping up to the plate for this week. Moving on to the Wrath of the Machine raid, we had a terrible Axis challenge last week, and with only 2 challenges, period, we're back to the start, and that means we're back to Vosic. During a damage phase, just hold on to the last 2 Siva charges, head to your first clean room, and use those charges on your door to close it in time so you can keep going. That's pretty much all you have to do. Repeat that, boom, you, my friend, are going to be done. Alright, well, we have enough time up here in orbit, so let's head to our first stop of the day, and that is the Iron Temple. More specifically, we're checking out our homebro, Shiro. So, let's check out the bounties first and then the class items. First up, we have Crushing Blows. Use the Iron Battle Axe or powerful enemy weapons to decimate hostile threats. Anti-Splicer is next, complete patrols in the Plaguelands, and then of course the next two are going to be Archon's Forge bounties. First of which is Archon's Forge Shanks. Defeat Shanks in the Forge, and then bringing up the end is Archon's Forge Vandals. Win 4 Vandal offerings. Moving on to the class items, first we have the Warlock Bond, and that is Scori's Iron Bond, 32-33 Intellect Strength. Next for the Titan, Yolder's Iron Sash with an almost perfect 33-35 Intellect Strength, and then finally the Hunter's Mantle of Perun, 34-32 Discipline Strength. Alright, well thank you Shiro. Our next stop is to see Grandma Tyra at the top of the hill and check out her artifacts for the week. So, let's head over there and take a peek. First up, Memory of Temur. Melee attacks on minor minions of darkness have the chance to temporarily turn the target against its allies. It's all strength here at a max of 107. Next we have the Memory of Radagast. Gain the ability to project energy-based projectiles when guarding with a sword. Increased sword ammo capacity. This is 76-80 Discipline Strength. And then finally, we have the Memory of Galeon. Grants detailed radar and radar persist while sighting primary weapons. This one is all discipline and comes over to a max of 110. Well, thank you, Madam Karn. That is all we need here at the temple. So the next stop is home. Back to the tower. Now, first things first, let's go check out our homeboy Shax and his weekly bounty. So, last week we had Control, this week, Supremacy. So we have Hunt for Glory. Exercise your skills in the Supremacy match type. You need 7 matches completed, 50 primary kills, 30 credited kills, and 20 denied crests. Turn it back in, and boom, your PvP Nightfall is complete. Personally, y'all, I kind of miss the other bounties. I wish they would have stuck with all of those, just added a little more variety and a little more difficulty. But anyway, that's all we need from Shaxy Poo, and the only thing left is to check out the factions, and they are all pretty lame this week, unfortunately. New Monarchy is accepting Spirit Bloom for reputation. Dead Orbit, as well as the War of Future Cults, are accepting Helium. And that helps nobody. Either way, it'll give me a few more chances to start stacking up on some spin metal. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that pretty much wraps up all of the relevant stuff for this week. I'll still go over to the Reef and the Dreadnought, but if that's all you wanted to hear, then you are free to go, and thank you for watching. Alright, so as usual, let's head over to Boo Boo Petra and see what she has for us this week. Starting off with the Wanted bounty, we have Wanted, Darnu, Horn of Oryx in the Cosmodrome. Next, Take them out, kill 12 consumed or named Fallen, Hive, Cabal, or Vex at the Cosmodrome, and then of course the easiest out of them all, kill 100 Taken. Moving on to Varix and his bounties, we have Earn Points in the Prison of Elders. Use grenades to kill enemies in level 41 PoE or the Challenge, and then use Void abilities to kill enemies in level 41 or PoE or the Challenge, and then for the bonus modifier this week, we have Grenade Kill bonus. Grenade kills are worth more points. Okay, lastly, deep in the bowels of the dreaded knot, we have the Court of Oryx. This week's Court of Oryx Tier 3 boss is Balwer, and that, my friends, does it for this week. Bounties checked, modifiers looked at, and bosses cited. Now, all of Destiny's secrets, guys, they are slowly becoming extinct. So let's hope there are still a few things left waiting to be discovered, because I can already see people getting bored of Rise of Iron. Anyway, y'all, that'll do it for this video. As always, thank you guys so much for watching and for the constant support of my channel. Feel free to keep in touch and up to date by following me on Twitter at SlyNation. I go over tons of Destiny stuff, tons of Division, Mass Effect Andromeda, and of course, a whole lot more. Thanks for supporting the smaller YouTuber, and don't forget to keep an eye out for more videos coming out of SlyNation here very soon. But, until then, this is your boy Sly. Done, gone, I am outie.